can have remote vision as well. I know there is so much of people are waiting for body scanning.
So just to explain, all the people who are right now in the comments, you can request, you just tell your full name, that is enough. And if you are, we will be connecting to Swamiji and scanning your body. You just need to tell in the comment section. Same way, if you want a remote vision, meaning we sitting here and scanning, you can.
Marriage, if possible, to tell the name of my future wife through distant vision. Distant vision, the remote vision is where we scan for the house or the place that you are in, where the future happenings are seen. We have the power of Akashic readings, and for unfortunately, very fortunately for you, we have Parashakti herself doing the Akashic readings every day. So the future questions based on what you want to see the future happenings can be manifested through the power of remote vision. So you can ask that during the for the power of Akashic, you can ask that at that point of time. Right now, we will be scanning the place that you are in.
Yes, so we have Manitya Venkateswara who has requested for a body scanning.
So we have Manitya Tattvapriyananda Ma, she's going to be scanning you. And we have Manitya Divyananda also, who is requested for body scanning. So I request Ma, okay, she's requested for remote vision and body scanning. And she says, scan the place where I am. It's my parents' place. They will be baffled to hear it. Yes, Manitya Mahavidyananda, why don't you go ahead and scan the place in which Manitya Divyananda is living in right now. And Manitya Paramapriyananda, you can scan Ma Divyananda's body. And Ma Tattvapriya scanning Manitya Venkateshananda. And yes, we have Rudra Production Films. If any of you are wanting, many of you are putting yes, but please do make sure you're also posting that you want remote vision or body scanning particularly. And Kyan Ferdos is requesting, please scan my body. Manitya Yoga Pranananda, please go ahead and do a body.
I'm going to be sharing whatever is revealed in my third eye. No? So I saw that issue in your lower stomach, and it is literally like it's like squeezing inside, and it just feels like the whole body is imbalanced, and it feels as in this region. And I'm also seeing that you're experiencing right now a sudden feeling of breaking down. You just feel like crying. You just feel like something something breaking down is happening inside you, and that is the same thing which is affecting even in your feeling of too much of dehydration that you are going through. And I'm also seeing that you are experiencing a pain in the lower back, to be exact, this part. You are experiencing a pain, a muscle spasm type of pain there. And same thing is happening in your right knee. So this is what appeared in my third eye. And the only reason for this of yours, which is from the age of 3, where you have been holding on to a memory without letting it go. Like there is one thing you have been holding on to, and it's related, and that is actually you're experiencing the pain even here. In your right side, that ovary area, you're experiencing a pain. Don't fear or don't worry. It is this pattern which is going. You will experience this intense pain. You will go through some more time of like feeling that breaking down happening inside you. It's okay, go through it. Once you have Parashakti's darshan, you'll suddenly see the whole thing just disappears. You'll suddenly feel so light inside you. So Manitya Venkateshananda, you can now go ahead and acknowledge this in the
Actually,
comments.
we
And
request Venkateshananda, Ma Divyananda, and Ma Yogaprana, you are scanning. Sorry, Ma Yogaprana, whom you are scanning to. That ayah's name is Muhammad Khalid. So he's just posted, my name is Muhammad Khalid, please scan me. So the ayah that you are doing the body scanning, his name is Muhammad Khalid ayah. So Muhammad Khalid ayah and Ma Divyananda, everyone, we request you all to actively also, like as you're hearing the Balasanta Nithyananda Yogi, so we're just assured that it is reaching you. And there are
we are more than happy to scan anyone who's here in the comments. You can request for your body scanning. You don't need to do anything. You just need to tell us your name and we will scan you and we will tell you. And you just need to acknowledge it back in the chat. You're actually asking for your sister, yeah? So we follow this ethics where Swamiji has said, only after the permission from the person, we will actually use this power to scan them. Yes.
okay, Prabjot Gill ayah is a very regular person who requests for body scanning. Ayah, yes. See,
ayah, since like very recently only have scanned and told her. Please continue what the third eye has told. And then if
requesting body scanning, Ma.
Sure, yeah, I'll do the body scanning for you. And Manitya Venkateshananda has gotten back. Yes, I can relate to dehydration. I have a pain in the very lower back near the sacrum, most in the right. Perfect. Now, do not worry. As I told, this is what third eye has told. Just go with it. Just wait till Parashakti's Akashic reading happening. Don't worry about anything else, okay? Yashodanaya, I'm going to be scanning your body now and I'm going to be telling you.
If you're ready, you can go ahead. Actually, we can see that they're writing as their and Manitya. And we have had even Ma Venkateshananda. So all of you, whoever has requested, they're going to be scanning and revealing the details for you. Now, actually, everybody that are watching, we have many of you are asking, is this real? Is this happening? And is this true or not? Yes, you all can see live as we are scanning. Just one amongst you all are the viewers that are watching who are randomly commenting. Even you all can leave the comment. And as we are scanning those people, it's spontaneous. And all of them are clearly acknowledging in the chat whether they're able to relate with it or not. And you all can just listen. And as the Balasins are revealing, you can see the answers coming in the live comment section from the viewers. So without, just so that the new viewers have joined us are understanding, without seeing a person, without meeting a person, without doing any of it, through the power of third eye, which only an avatar, only the God in the human body, only the divine in the human body can awaken. The Balasins and Nithyananda Yogis have these extraordinary Shaktis awakened out of just Swamiji's Diksha, through which we are enabled with the power and ability to scan, reveal the details to you, no matter wherever you are. So if any of you want to experience these extraordinary Shaktis, you can as well receive the initiation, Diksha and Manifest.
Yashodanaya, I would just like to share with you whatever Swamiji revealed in the third eye.
Yes, Ma Manitya Mahavidyananda, you ready, Ma? Yes, you can go ahead and share with Manitya Divyananda.
Nithyananda Divyananda. So this is a request for remote vision of your parents' house. So what Paramashiva revealed was is it's a single building with 2 floors and 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, both with balconies and veranda. And the outer, which is the exterior of the house, is very beautiful. Lots of flower pots actually. The parents do enjoy gardening. Paramashiva is revealing with pink flowers, and there's nice walking pathways. The entrance is such that it is a large wooden doors which open both ways. So it's not one single door, but it's both doors. The
Ma,
kitchen is like an L shape.
it's
Sorry,
slower and louder, ma. I think your audio is
sorry.
going a little bit
Yes.
in and
Sorry. So built was a single building with 2 floors and 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And the exterior of the house is very beautiful. A lot of flower pots. The parents enjoy gardening. Pink flowers and pink flower pots was very evident in what Paramashiva was revealing, with a very nice walking pathway to the entrance. And the entrance itself is 2 doors, not a single door that usually we find, but it's like a two door wooden entrance. The kitchen is specifically L shaped, and the stuffs is right. As Paramashiva revealed, there's 3 bedrooms, two larger, one slightly smaller that they keep aside for visitors actually. Room colors are lighter, and what Paramashiva revealed is that they are considering to change the colors, which should be okay. You can go with that. Also, Paramashiva reveals that the house is actually an older house. It has been in the family for some time. Um, and of course, balconies and veranda is part of the house. So, this is what Paramashiva revealed for Madhavyananda's parents' house.
Wonderful, Ma. Thank you so much, Madhivyananda. Now you can acknowledge in the comment section so how you were able to relate. And Ma Mahavidya is sitting in the Adi Kailasa in Bangalore, India, and she's scanning somewhere your house sitting somewhere in the Europe. So distance is far away. She is scanning. You could acknowledge in the comments. Yes, Ma Paramapriya or Ma Yoga Prana. Any one of you want to go ahead, Ma?
Yes, ma. I was doing a body scanning for Ma Divyananda. Paramashiva revealed that her general health is good, and the only thing is there's a lot of mucus in the lungs. But Trinetra Kumakam will help her completely heal the mucus. Also, Ma Divyananda is susceptible to urinary tract infection, so it's just a warning, so she can take care. Also, Divyananda has to drink the Abhishekam water after her puja. This is what is revealed by Paramashiva. The body also is requesting to be in a Raman Nirahara diet at least for 3 weeks. And Ma Divyananda, Paramashiva has revealed that Jatas will do a lot of good to you, Ma.
Thank you so much, Ma. And Ma Yoga Prana?
Yes. So I was doing the body scanning for Muhammad Kaliyaya, and Paramashiva revealed that he's been experiencing towards the left of his back, he's been experiencing pain. He has less blood and has been listening to loud music. So he has ear damage. He cannot hear sensitive things because of his ear being conditioned to very loud music. And Paramashiva revealed that he had a problem with kidney stones, but even though now he doesn't have the kidney stones, it's still affecting him. The problem which he had is still affecting him, and he still gets pain. He still gets cramps to the side of his stomach, and he has a small cut in his right hand on behind his elbow, and in that same place, his right hand elbow is also weak. The bone is very weak. And Paramashiva revealed that many of the body problems he's facing, he's facing because of disrespecting the body. Somewhere or the other in his life, he has decided to not respect his body and some anger towards the body, and because of that, he is getting his body problem. His body is reacting like this. So he has to do a lot of completion with the body. He has to detox himself, and Paramashiva revealed that he can do nirahara. He has to really detox his body, and he has to do yoga with full authenticity. Yes, this is what Paramashiva.
Actually, just wanted to add one point along with that. I also saw in my third eye that you are having some mucus in your lungs, and you're having like some kind of like an allergy starting. Do not fear also, yeah. And one more thing I wanted to tell was what you are experiencing as a digestive issue in your right part of the lower intestine here, and you're experiencing it like you're experiencing sometimes like sometimes it comes as pain and then goes. Sometimes it just feels like slightly tighter or heavier over there, and it is nothing else to fear about, but it is the gas that is created, and it comes and it gives a trouble in this spot, because in this spot the muscle for you, the intestine, is a little more curved. So this is what was revealed in my third eye.
Mohammed Khalidaya, please you get back to us. How much of it you are able to relate to this solution is especially for you, and please do this revelation is for you. So please you get back to us. And Manitya, indeed a large yellow, older, two-story building with basement and loft, and the flowers outside. And yes, my parents like to garden. So it was exactly correct. What you had shared was right. And that point specifically, you told your parents like to garden, and she's acknowledged that also separately, saying, yes, my parents like to garden. So that was beautiful. Manitya Divyananda.
Also, Yashodan Kulkarni, you had requested for a body scan. The overall health is fine, just the only thing that your body is experiencing as disturbance is where you feel like suddenly you feel like like very tired, not just tired, a kind of dizziness and an imbalance. The only thing that is happening because of the food that you have already taken. See, now your food seems to be more cleaner, but there is a lot of detox that needs to be done. Only two things appeared. One is onion. Take onion and tie it on your black. And also, like there is some the mucus that you're experiencing, or the back issues that you're experiencing. All these are nothing to be worried about, because I see intense energy of Shakti inside you. And don't even worry, she's taking care of you herself. So everything will be healed completely. You just need to take care of altering your diet. And one more thing that appeared was for castor oil to be applied on your head. So these are the things that came.
And oh wow, we have Mohammed Khalidaya who's responded. He's saying, yes, thank you very much. And I'm feeling very much heaviness and tiredness on my body. I'll just tell you one thing, Mohammed Aya. See, what solution was revealed to you? Wherever you are, do this with that intensity and intention. Like my yoga prana was sharing with you for the yoga, for you to do yoga, for you to do nira. Wherever you are, the divine will manifest for you. Just be there in the Parashakti Akashik ring today, and you will be taken care. And yes, game with Mr. Alon has asked, can she move further and save someone else? Yes, but now in the interest of time, we will have to be moving on to the further segments and prepare. So now all of you can experience these extraordinary Shaktis at the end of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan Akashik ring today. So now let us all get ready to go on to the further segments. We thank everybody who interacted and who were there with us throughout the power demonstration. And thank you so much to all Balas and Nithyananda yogis. Let us now move ahead to the further segments.
And all those who want body scanning, please do come tomorrow again at the same time. And Yashodan Kulkarni also has gotten back. Wow, thank you so much. I can totally relate with what you have revealed, I will surely follow.
Each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva. Space of Paramashiva. Powers of Paramashiva. I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. You cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. 1 or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. There are
Yes. Welcome back, everyone. Now we are going to learn about what are Akashic records. Now, Akashic records are records created in the dimension of space. Now, whatever has happened in time is there as a file. Nothing can be destroyed. Whatever has happened in the cosmos, whether it is in the form of words, nothing can be destroyed. So, Akashic records are cosmic archives of everything that happened, happening, and will happen. Now, what are Akashic records? Akashic records are verbal, visual, 5-dimensional document. Whatever has happened, whatever is happening happened, happening, yet to happen is continuously getting recorded. All the information that we collected from all of our previous time, doing the same actions again and again. The cosmic archives. There is no such thing as past, present. What we called as happened, happening, and yet to happen are already clearly recorded. What is Akashic reading? In Swamiji's words, Swamiji explains, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explains, nobody has a right to comment on these readings. Nobody has a right to manipulate these readings. Nobody has a right to interpret or comment on these readings. They are complete unto themselves. Now, for anybody to live in tune with the cosmos, Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment, does not need any special practice other than listening to these great readings again and again and again and again. Now, of Devi Parashakti manifesting through the Nijavatara, you will just see that the cosmic truths that are being revealed just by sitting in these Akashic reading sessions and by listening to these cosmic truths being revealed. Your whole perspective idea about you, Jiva, Jagat, the world, and Ishvara, the divine. Your whole idea, your whole perspective, your whole cognition changes, aligning to that of the cosmic principles. Now, when you listen to these great readings, naturally, your negative logic is penetrated, broken, and these great truths settle in your inner space and they make you live enlightenment. Now, only an avatar can decode Akashic readings. As an avatar of Paramashiva, there are solutions, breakthroughs, and liberating humanity from pain and suffering. Any answer given by Devi Parashakti is not just an answer, but a karmic breakthrough to the receiver. Now, let us look at the Shastra Pramana for the power of Akashic reading. Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Akasham Vimalam Pashyan Kritva Drishtim Nirantaram. Infinite etheric space, Akasha, beyond the sky and clouds. One should fix one's gaze from the third eye without blinking continuously and make the body and inner space steady and motionless. In that very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and the power of the infinite space, Bhairava. Next is the Atma Pramana, Apta Pramana. The Sakshi Pramana is the experience and the results of the extraordinary manifestation happening. So many millions of disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism have been benefited from these revelations from the cosmic archives. Next slide. Next, we will see the Apta Pramana. The Apta Pramana is directly a reference from the Hindu scriptures, the great epic Mahabharata, where sage Maitreya reveals the secrets of the birth of Vidura to him, explaining that the story of his birth in the human form and the reasons for all of his suffering. Sage Maitreya accessed the Akashic records and told Vidura that he was not an ordinary man, but was in fact an incarnation of Yamaraja, the Lord of Death. he was to play a part of the so-called Shudra for 100 years because he was cursed by Manduka Muni. Now, what are the benefits of these Akashic readings? Now, in Swamiji's own experience, we can move to the next slide now. In Swamiji's own experience, the account of the experience of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the next slide. The expresses the Bhava of Devi Parashakti, and Devi Parashakti through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism manifests the Akashic readings, the reading Sanskrit. So the Akashic reading gets revealed in the Mula Muli, the source language. And yesterday, Devi Parashakti revealed that she will be revealing the Akashic readings in 100 languages. She herself will be revealing the Akashic readings in 100 languages. Now, what are the benefits of these Akashic readings? All the information you collected from all of your births is there in your DNA. You can access some of them just to understand and not to waste time doing the same actions again and again. Accessing the DNA code, reading the Akashic records will be useful for us to be liberated from our default cognitions, bringing an end to unknown suffering, leading us to experiencing enlightenment, Paramashivoham. Only an avatar can alter the Akashic records. Now, the initiated Balasans view the Akashic records. However, only an avatar can alter, edit, upgrade, change the Akashic records. During the Darshan and the Diksha, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blesses and upgrades the Akashic records as per the prayer of the devotee. Now, what kind of question healed of physical and emotional problems with just a look or a word? Understand the reasons behind your life's happening. Receive blessings to fulfill your right desires. Get the clarity to redesign your future. So with this, next we will now move on to the next about Devi Parashakti after a short break.
I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. 1 or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting. The cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities, and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara. And give you all the boons you ask. Bless you, to lead you to enlightenment, for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same, ultimate consciousness only. So that
Now, let us understand about divine feminine consciousness. What is divine feminine consciousness? Can you go to the next slide? Now, the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti is from Saundarya Lahari. It says, Shivashaktya yukto yadi bhavati shakta prabhavitum nache devam devo nakalu kushala spanditumapi atastvam aradhyam harihara virinjadi bhirapi pranatvam stotum va katam krita punyaha prabhavati. Lord Shiva only becomes able to do the creation in this world along with Shakti. Without her, even an inch he cannot move. And so how can one who does not do good deeds or one who does not sing your praise become adequate to worship you, O Goddess mine, who is worshipped by Trinity? The next Dhyana Shloka. Can you go to the next slide now? Bhavanitvam dhasi mahi vitara drishtim sakarunam iti spotvam vanchan kadyati bhavanitvam itiyaha tadaivatvam tasmai disasi nija sayuchya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputa makuta nirajita padam. If anyone has a wish in his mind to pray, you Bhavani, my mother, please shower on me a part of your merciful look. Even before he says, you Bhavani, you my goddess, would give to him the water falling from the crowns of Vishnu, Rudra and Brahma at your feet. You grant him the eternal life in your world. Now let us understand who is Devi Parashakti. Devi, the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. All the great things start only with the Big Bang and the black hole goes on. Parashakti is the source of all of us. We all came from Parashakti, stay in Parashakti, waves in the ocean called Parashakti.
Actually, Parashakti is the very source of us. She is the source Shakti. She is the source energy from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now in which all of us are going to merge. Next slide, please. Now, it is like the wave raises in the ocean, like the wave starts in the ocean. And same way, we all start from Parashakti, raise in Parashakti, drop in Parashakti, and merge back in Parashakti. And this Parashakti is the main deity, the sacred deity in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And she is the divine consort of Paramashiva himself, who embodiment slides. You can go to the slide about the divine feminine consciousness. Unique to Hindus.
Actually, this unique from the Vedic tradition. Next slide. See, even if everything from what Vedic tradition gave is lost, all the sciences, truths, Vedas, Agamas, everything is lost, then just if the sacred feminine tradition is there, then that one thing is enough. The whole thing can be revived because that is the seed. Understand? Hinduism has at least 10,000 sampradayas, subsects. And if all sampradayas are lost for some reason, right, and only this one sampradaya, the Devi worship remains, this whole thing can be brought back because the whole thing is centered on this one mother worship. Mother worship carries the blueprint, the hologram of the entire Sanatana Hindu Dharma. That's why the Supreme Pontiff himself says the sacred feminine worship is a hologram of the Vedic tradition. There is no enlightened being on planet Earth without worshipping the sacred feminine, including me. Samadhi says, I am basically a Shakta. I myself followed Devi worship. From the beginning, if you see my biography and all the deities I got, all the deities, the darshan I had, are all mother based, Devi based.
Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, great avatar who lived from the year 1836 and to 1886 in his physical body and continuing to live even now with us. He says, Shiva is Brahman. Shiva may be the ultimate Brahman, but Devi has the key to reach that Brahman. Unless she opens, nobody can reach. He very beautifully describes a scene in the house. Even though the husband is the owner of the key of the house itself, the key would be at the hip of the mother. Either you have to fall at the feet of the mother, or you have to these small sons of the mother, because only they can touch that place, hip of the mother, and remove that key, so no one else can do it. So either surrender to the mother or people who are closer to mother to reach her.
See, one thing that all of us need to understand is all these divine cosmic beings, Paramashiva, Parashakti, Ganapati, Subramanya, all of them are real and they manifest from Kailasa, which is the enlightened time-space zone, through deities, the Archa avatars and incarnations, the Nija avatars. Actually, if you see every day, even in Parashakti Akashik, the first thing Devi will tell every day will be the mother of the universe is manifesting for us through the Nija avatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Understand, this science is nothing new to Hinduism, because from time immemorial, these divine beings, Paramashiva, Parashakti, Venkateshwara, Parandama, Parabrahma, all of them have been reaching out to us, coming down to our plane, manifesting through the Archa avatars and Nija avatara. Like right now, how we have the Nija avatara, the very embodiment of Paramashiva and Parashakti, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism. Same way, few hundred years before, in Madurai, Paramashiva manifested as Bhagavan Somasundareshwara and Devi Parashakti as Devi Meenakshi came down from Kailasa and established the greatest enlightenment ecosystem, the Madurai, the kingdom of Madurai. And in Madurai, Bhagavan Somasundareshwara graced the people of Madurai with various miracles. Actually, Swamiji says beautifully, he stays in a frequency where he can immediately assume the human form and relate with you, answer you, respond to you, where you have a certain sacred secret that humanity can benefit from. We are going to be seeing some of these extraordinary leelas right now, and let us listen to these stories.
Of Ellamal Siddhar. Lord Somasundara assumed the guise of a Siddha to shower them with the blessings in the life and beyond. He came down with a charming face and gentle perspiration. He wandered through the shopping areas across the roads, porticos, art galleries, courtyards in Madurai. He would stay in the north side while appearing to be in the south, while appearing to be in the east. He would remain in the west. He would suddenly disappear. He would look at old people and send his ministers to get that Siddhar to court. And when they came, the Siddhar said, I don't want to come. Since the Siddhar did not come to the king decided, all right, I'm going to come and meet the Siddhar. And the Siddhar placed himself on the northwest of the dome. On the first day of the Tamil month, Thai, Pandyan worshipped at the temple. The king, Pandya king, he worshipped in the temple. And the king asked him about his land, his name, and what he wanted. The Siddhar replied that he was wandering through all the lands. However, he lived in Kashmir, in the great city of Kasi. All those who lived the great life of begging belonged to his class. And he said that he was an expert on Vedas and he had no expectation. Then the king was like, he was still skeptical. He wasn't ready to believe what this Siddhar is saying or what anyone else is telling. He decides to test it. He says, okay, if you can feed a sugar can to this stone elephant, and if it can eat you, I will believe you. I'll believe that you are Paramashiva, you are Sundareshwara. And this Siddhar just looks at the elephant, the stone elephant. Understand, when Paramashiva comes down, as even in this avatar, how he beautifully says, I am not here to prove that I am God. I am true to the king about his divinity. Just enlighten the king. There is a stone elephant just in the Garbha Mandir was there, and just below the Garbha Mandir there is a stone elephant carved in stone. The Siddhar, Ellamal Siddhar, just looks at the stone elephant and smiles. Suddenly, the stone elephant just eats the sugar cane that the king was pointing towards. And the elephant pulled the pearl necklace out of the king's neck and swallowed it. The king got frightened. He was shaken. He just fell at the feet of the Siddhar and said, please forgive me and please stop the elephant. And then Siddhar forgave the king and the elephant also cooled down. And the Siddhar gave back the pearl necklace that the elephant swallowed back to the king. And that necklace was a traditional necklace given to the king's family by the Meenakshi herself. So because it is the hereditary necklace and symbol of Madurai, Paramashiva revived it back, gave it back.
Actually,
understand, it's like he is there continuously, just every time. Madurai, he's so positive.
Actually, to
Madurai.
this day, we have that deity, that stone elephant, and Swamiji had narrated this in the satsang as well. To this day, if you go there in that place, you will see the carving of that elephant, and you will see there is no possibility. Like that elephant is complete stone, right? And to this day, Swamiji is also told we have evidences of that. We do not just have the inscribed carvings of it, but we also have the clear evidences for these happenings. And this Elamalla Siddhar is a very beautiful story, and many times Devi will mention in Parashakti Akashikring also for people to meditate upon her as Elamalla Siddhar. So it's a very beautiful story.
You could go to the next slide. Just understand one thing: Paramashiva is too compassionate. Understand, he never tests his devotees. He only tests their will persistence, because so that the metal that the devotee is made of, usually actually if you see, he doesn't even test. He creates the situation so the devotee's glory can be brought to the world, which he is doing even to this day, that he performs all the leelas and just gives the credit to you.
And we have one more story for all of you. This is a story of Kungalikalaya Nayanmar. So this Kungalikalaya Nayanmar was a Brahmin by caste, and he got the name because he was always holding a pot, an incense pot. Kungalikalaya means the pot in which we hold the incense for the deities, right? So he always used to hold that in his hand, and he considered that burning of the incense before Paramashiva was the best service to Paramashiva. So every day, his diligent duty was to take the Kungalikalaya, the stand. He will fill that with the dhupa, the incense, and then he will light the dhupa and let the smoke, that fragrance, fill the whole space and offer it to Paramashiva. Paramashiva was highly pleased with this service, and he wanted to put that devotion of the Kungalikalaya Nayanmar to test. He just wanted to bring that out to the world, so that the true glory of the supreme devotion is of Kungalikalaya Nayanmar to Paramashiva is understood by all. So by the will of Paramashiva, over the course of time, Kungalikalaya Nayanmar's wealth started diminishing. He started losing his wealth slowly, one by one. He lost his money, possessions. He has to sell all his properties to feed his starving family. However, every day he continued to burn the incense in the Paramashiva's temple. And when all valuables were sold, only his wife's Mangalyam, it's called the Tirumangalyam, the golden Mangalyam, which is a necklace given by a groom to the bride in the Vedic marriage. Always
actually,
the bride
it's the symbol of marriage,
Yeah.
like how you have an engagement ring. Like that, the Tirumangalyam is the symbol of marriage.
And but now they are left with no choice. The wife removed her Tirumangalyam and she gave it for the Kungalikalaya Nayanmar to sell it and bring some rice for the family. Even though it was considered very inauspicious, actually Hindu women will never remove it. So though it is considered as inauspicious for a married woman to remove it, she still did it because that was the plight of their family.
Actually,
And
because what actually happened was everything was already sold out. And she thought, okay, see, whatever might happen, even though nothing is left, even though if I remove this, it literally means my husband can die. That is what it actually means when you remove it. It's considered very inauspicious. And I will still remove and give it to my husband. So let him sell this and at least buy some rice, because the children are starving and they're dying of hunger. So she takes and she gives it to her husband. And Kungalikalaya Nayanmar also very happily he receives it. And as he was proceeding to the market to sell it, Paramashiva himself appears before him in the guise of a hawker and said that he had very good incense. Now Kungalikalaya Nayanmar, he's going to be very delighted, and because that's only seva that he wants to offer that to Paramashiva every day. The word incense
at once made the Nayanmar forget himself and the mission. Understand, remember his children are there and almost starving to death, right? And his wife has removed the last bit that she had to give it so that they can get some rice. And he's taking that. But at that time, he sees this man, Paramashiva, himself in the guise of a person who will sell the dupa. And he sees it and he forgets everything else. And he quickly brought the incense for the price of the Tirumangalya. And he goes to the temple, he forgets everything. He goes to the temple to burn it before Paramashiva.
And
his wife
at the same time, in the other hand, the wife was waiting. She was waiting in the house, like really worried because the children are all waiting. Then she was waiting, and then she put the children to sleep. Paramashiva was amazed, like to show to the world. Of course, he knows everything. He wanted to show to the world the dirt hunger, but he wanted to place his integrity to Paramashiva the first. Because of that, he decides to give all that to the Tirumangalam itself for the service or for doing the seva of Paramashiva. Understand, whenever you take the risk, like whenever you feel like, this is all I have, and when you go ahead and offer that at Paramashiva's feet, you are putting your risk factor, what do you consider as like your life, your survival, at his feet. Then that means you are shifting the reins of your life from your hands to his hands. From the hands of your patterns, your obsessive compulsive disorders, to the hands of Paramashiva. Then his miracles will start manifesting. And that's exactly what happened in their life also.
And when the wife, she woke up from the sleep and she sees the moment Paramashiva appeared in her dreams and she woke up, she sees all types of wealth in the house and she is amazed. She's like, oh my God, all wealth, whatever they lost, and much more is manifested for them. And she immediately starts singing the glories of Paramashiva. And immediately she prepared a nice meal and she was waiting for her husband's return. And he is immensely pleased with the Kungalikalai Nayanmar, and he says that your wife is anxiously waiting for you in the house with milk and food, so kindly go to it. It was only then,
at that time only, he even comes back to his senses. And he realized, oh God, my children, everyone will be waiting. And then, but for him, was in that beautiful, like intense oneness with Paramashiva. He's having darshan of Paramashiva. That's much more than anything for him. Then as soon as, because Paramashiva said, he goes back to his house. When he returns back, he realizes Paramashiva made that whole house into a heaven now, literally. Everything was just showered, all wealth, auspiciousness. And Shiva Bhaktas were assembled in his house in huge numbers. Together, all of them sang the glories, extolling Paramashiva, his divine compassion. And for all of their lives, divine compassion was the divine compassion of Paramashiva was just showered upon.
And so one day what happens, Kungalikalai Nayanar wanted to visit the temple at Tirupanandal. So there's a small story about the temple where the main deity of this temple is Arunasatesar, right? And Tatakal was a daughter of an Asura. And Tatakal was a daughter of an Asura. And for getting a son, she worshipped the Shivalingam regularly, right? So she used to worship every day the Shivalingam regularly. And one day at the end of the worship, she wanted to garland the lingam. She wanted to offer a flower garland to the Shivalingam. And as she lifted the garland with both her hands, her cloth began to slip from her waist. She had the waist cloth, and as she lifted her hand, it began to slip from her waist. She held it with her elbows and hence could not raise her hands. The garland high enough, and she had to hold her cloth so that because of that she was not able to raise her hand high enough to garland Paramashiva. To relieve her, Paramashiva leaned to one side and accepted the garland. See, right? the Shiva Linga, and many people tried to pull the lingam straight, but it could not be done. One day, Kunguli Kailasa is visiting the temple in which Satakai worshipped the Shiva Linga. So the Kunguli Kailasa heard that the king of the place was upset about it. He wanted the lingam to be straightened. Kunguli Kailasa wanted to help the king. So what happens is Kunguli Kailasa goes to the temple and he says many people try, they pull it with elephants and they pull the rope, put the rope on the lingam, pull it with elephants, it doesn't move. So this Kunguli Kailasa goes there and he tied the lingam to the neck, his neck with the rope, and his love, the feeling connection to Paramashiva was so strong. What elephants could not move. He ties a rope that to the neck, which is one of the most sensitive parts. He tried tied the rope to that and he gently pulls it. The lingam became straight, upright, and his beautiful, intense devotion to Paramashiva.
So thus is the divine leelas that Paramashiva did, like some other divine leelas that Paramashiva did a few thousand years before, but too blessed that we are having he himself in this physical body, the Nijavatara, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So we have a few people who have experienced these divine leelas in their life and waiting to share with us. So just before we enter into that segment, let's take a short break.
I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. 1 or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. Unique to Hinduism, subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign, manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. all powerful cognitions, knowledge. Only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism is greater science. We do everything centered on greater science of cosmos called Vedas and Agamas. That is the branding of Hinduism. That is the core center of Kailasa. That is the way Kailasa should manifest and live. In one line, if I have to put it in a simple way, seeing always each other with a tremendous love that everyone is Paramashiva. There starts Kailasa. Whether you hug each other, love each other, or ferociously train each other, the core cognition should be seeing each other as Paramashiva. That is where the seed of Kailasa starts. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist.
Where we are going to be having the divine Leelas of Paramashiva happening now, which is going to be shared with us. And we have with us Ma Jayanti from Malaysia, Ma Nithyananda Ma.
So now we're going to be hearing the Leelas, the miracles of Paramashiva and Parashakti in their Nijavatara, the physical, the embodied form, still continuing to do the miracles in the lives of the devotees, attending to them, answering to their prayers, healing them, manifesting all of their boons, bestowing them the boons and ultimate realities. So now we have
Ma Jayanti, you can actually unmute yourself. I request the NTV operator to kindly project her.
Nithyanandama.
Nithyananda Ma. So happy to have you, Ma. Just give us a moment. Yes, go ahead, Ma. What do you want to share? You can just give a brief introduction of who you are, where you're from.
Okay. My name is Jayanti and I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Sri Gombak, Malaysia. And I would like to share my experience during the Devi's Arul Vaku, which was about my personal life and how it changed my life and the things that I experienced from the Arul Vaku.
Wow. Go ahead. Yes.
Actually, this is about my personal life, my married life. So, since last year, Pralaya, my marriage actually collapsed. So, it ended of a small argument. My husband and his parents and his sister all totally disconnected from me. Last year, June, when the Pralaya started. And this was really a shock for me because usually every day they message me, every day, they call me, message me. But suddenly, June last year, they stopped completely and it was really a shock for me. So because of the Swamiji's satsangs, I used to watch Swamiji's satsangs every day last year. That was the one which lifted me up every day. So then recently, during the Devi Arul Vaku, when one of the satsangs, Swamiji mentioned about Panjabhuta Yoga and the steps to follow for the Panjabhuta Yoga.
So so I decided to follow this Panchabhuta yoga. I thought it was going to be very difficult because must bathe in clay. But then when I carefully followed the steps slowly, then I was thinking, yes, it is possible. So actually I did it twice. First time when I did the Panchabhuta yoga, I didn't ask any question because I didn't know how to ask, and I was scared of what answer Devi is going to tell me. Then the second time also I did Panchabhuta yoga, and this time I asked Devi the question. So actually the question was whether will my husband and me revive Devi about the problem that I had in my marriage. The next day, Devi answered my question, and Devi actually knew actually what was happening in my marriage, and Devi said that the reason for why my husband also withdrew from me. So Devi said,
so you had not even mentioned, I would just like to highlight the fact here. You had basically not even mentioned to Devi asking for, like to save your relationship with your husband. But actually she blessed you for that, revealing why it was a problem. Wow. That's amazing.
and
like Devi knows you more. Knows your life. Parashakti herself.
Yes, yes, that's right, Ma. She really answered what's actually in my heart and what actually was happening in my married life. And then Devi also said that if I complete with my ego and laziness, then Kailasa will happen, and I can save myself and my husband. Devi said. Then I was a bit shocked because I didn't know that it was because of my incompletions that my marriage collapsed. Then I slowly accepted. Then after a few days, I was thinking I must get back to my husband. I must go back to him because Devi already said that if I complete with my incompletions, I must go back to, I must save my husband. So I decided I must do something. So after a few days, I went to his house. Then his house was locked up. And I asked the neighbors where he went, and they said he's no more there. He has left. He's staying somewhere else. So I got a shock of my life, and I thought, oh, that's it. My marriage has ended. And then I went to him, and I inside me I was crying inside me. I was crying, and then I was also thinking of how I'm going to explain this to my aunties and uncles. But at the same time, a strange thing happened was when I was crying, suddenly I had this very positive feeling that he will answer. He'll either call or he will answer. I had suddenly this positive feeling inside me. I don't know how it happened, but suddenly I had this feeling. So the next day is like I was thinking, okay, the marriage has ended, and I was trying to accept it. Then one day when I was having lunch, when I was eating, this is where something which I experienced, which I'll never forget. A sudden wind blew on me, and after the wind blew on me, a message sound came from my handphone. So I was wondering, suddenly the warm wind is coming from where? And suddenly the message is coming. So I just checked the handphone. I got a shock that my husband replied.
Wow.
Wow.
After nearly 1 year, I'm seeing his message. I really got a shock of my life. Really. And then
Actually, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm just listening to the sharing. Oh my God. Go on, Ma, go on.
And then there was a Swamiji's photo in the hall. And I saw looked at the photo and I said, prayer, because he didn't reply my messages. He didn't even see my messages. But for him to reply my message on that day, this is really unexpected, really. Really. And then the wind also, I don't know, the sudden wind also, that was something auspicious that I experienced. So
Wow.
then
like
Yeah,
really,
you
Machi, just
want to
wanted to
share
summarize what you had told again, because you share like so elaborately. See, like so beautifully, Ma Jayanti was sharing how her relationship was, like almost gone for more than a year. Her marriage was almost gone. Why she used the word almost is because when after it was gone, like she got lost the connection with her husband, couldn't contact him, didn't know where he was. Just that Devi did the Panchabhuta Yoga as per what Devi told. And the second day, she got a response from Devi.
Actually, most importantly, she never mentioned a single word about her problem in the marriage and the question that she asked. But the response that Devi gave was exactly addressing the issue.
Wow.
And immediately after which, the person who was not in contact with her for a year, out of the blue, messages her back. This is what happens with Cosmic Mother. She's the mother, Ma Jayanti. Like really, Ma, that you're really so blessed because you have the Cosmic Mother like taking care of you as her own daughter. Go on, Ma. Continue sharing.
So this is really a miracle for me, really. And also then actually for me, what a miracle is the way the response from Devi was the wind. And the wind came and then the message came. That really like till now I cannot forget. It's something that I cannot forget for life. That auspicious moment. So and then the next day again my husband replied, and again, oh my God, Devi is going on helping. So the power of the Arulvaku is Devi is so powerful, and I'm so grateful to Devi, really. So this is really something that I experienced, and I feel like it is like a gift for me from Devi. This experience that I had, it's like a gift. Like every day, I can't forget this moment. Whenever I think of this moment, the wind and all that, I feel energized when I think of that. Something very different has happened to my life.
We have a lot of people who have been posting in the comments. Parul Parekh has posted, even I have a similar story. They blessed me 2 days before only. Please do share your story also.
Parul, Parekh, I request you to mail contact@kailasa.org. Ma Parul Parekh, we would definitely love to bring you forward to listen to your story for you to enrich others with your story as well. Do contact us at contact@kailasa.org. Please send in an email. Our team will reach out to you to help you come and share here in this platform.
Actually, anybody who wants to share your experiences from Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, you can email us contact@kailasa.org. Please do email us. And yes, Ma, Devika Rani has posted. Thank you, Ma, for your sharing. Jayanti Ma, Amma really loves you. See, Amma loves all of us. Really feel so beautiful.
And
thank you so much. Yours was so powerful.
Ma, you're sharing it is really so beautiful
See, two things.
Thank you.
Ask Devi. You didn't
Yeah,
even
that's
mention
the
to
most-
Devi
in
that you
Tamil,
have a problem.
yeah, in Tamil we will tell, like, even if the kid is even if the kid does not tell to the mother will know when the kid is hungry, when the kid is sleepy, when that, just by seeing the crying of the kid or just by seeing the kid's face, the mother will know. The kid did not even open the mouth and tell. Imagine for the cosmic mother what
Yeah.
is an absolutely, she just knows what is needed at what point in time. It was such a beautiful sharing, ma, and it's very important relationship. Breakthrough and man
And sharing with us now.
because there are tons of people who are looking for this in their lives as well. So definitely do share it on YouTube, share it in your personal Facebook, everything, so many lives can get enriched. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining and sharing
Thanks,
this.
Ma. Thank you. Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda, Ma. Yes. Now, before we move on to the next person, and before we have the next person share, let's take a short break and let's get back.
I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat. Enjoy. Spiritual feast. Enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva.
Person.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Now we heard from a devotee sharing from Malaysia. Now we have one more person joining us to share her experience, how she experienced Paramashiva, Parashakti, performing their divine Kailasa in her life. So, a brief introduction about yourself, how long you've been connected to Swamiji before you started to share.
Yes. I got to know about Swamiji in 2018, September or October. I started watching his videos. I got to know about him from my friend, and then I just liked all the videos, his knowledge, in-depth knowledge, and it was like I used to enjoy. Okay, and then I decided he is the only guru, and he will be only my guru. So I was just waiting for the initiation to happen. Then in 2019, NDY happened in Noida, Delhi, and 2019 July, yes, I did NDY, and then I got connected, but did not take any diksha or something. But truly, I got connected last year when I did Paramashivoham, and that experience which I have had, it was amazing. It opened up my space, and I did not know so many things, and there are so many things which cannot be transferred through language. We cannot understand so many things, and he gave this make their life so powerful, to lead their life the way they want, and it gives so much of life positivity and confidence that I can't explain. And my experience with Arulwak was amazing. I posted on YouTube, and my name, I used my family name. But, when he said my directional name, Sonal Agora Shiv Shakti, I was like stunned. I couldn't believe that he used my directional name by himself. And you know what? He was not.
This
He
is
was
so
not
beautiful.
answering.
You even use
Yeah.
your name and your family name, and Devi called out your name.
Yeah, and one more thing is that I feel more connection with Devi. So, and I'm literally more connected with my directional name also as Aghora. So it was like a wonderful experience when he used my directional name by himself, and it was like a dream. I have never talked to him, and it's been so many days that he was not calling my name, and I was like, okay, might be there is some problem in me, or I myself would be having some blockages or some blind spots that he's not calling my name. So I just prayed that I'm just leaving all the doubts on your feet. Whatever problem I have, whatever blind spots I have, you have to remove it. And I just completely surrendered, and I was completely focusing on Swamiji. And just for a few seconds, I focused on him, and he called my name.
Wow.
Yeah, and when he said when he called my name and said Tathastu, that was the best moment. And I've not been keeping well. Like I had fever and all, but from that time, I'm so much happy.
Each of you sharing this it's amazing. There's one ma also who was sharing that she was from New Zealand. She did not even mention. Swamiji calls her out. Devi calls her out and says from New Zealand.
Oh my God.
And you have like where Devi calls out and says Aghora Shiva Shakti, which
Actually,
you had not even mentioned.
Let's see.
And I've started loving my name more when he called my name.
Yeah, and see, it's like they're like Ishana Shiva Shakti, Agora Shiva Shakti. Like there are like 5 different names where you get after the Diksha. And so amazing, really so amazing. She didn't even mention that name, and suddenly Devi herself called out that called out her name as Aghora Shiva Shakti. This is like wow. Really amazing. Shows how Devi knows you. How do you feel, Ma? Known by the cosmos, like the cosmic mother knows you.
Yeah, it feels so wonderful, and I feel more connected to Devi, and I feel more devoted to my path actually now. And I have been watching this Arulvak since the beginning, and I can experience a lot of shift happening in me, though some viral infection I had. Cleansing is happening through the fever and all. And I myself can feel that everyone is worried that, oh, you are getting weak, you are having fever, but I know it is happening because I'm getting cleansed at emotional level or other levels, and so many shifts have happened, like forgiveness. I was never a person who could forgive easily. More love, and a lot of things, life positivity, and a lot of things are happening. Amazing things are happening.
And also, it's beautiful to see how Devi is just attending to what matters the most to us, what we need. And that was very beautiful sharing, Ma Sunil Chauhan. So thank you so much for joining with us, and thank you so much for your beautiful sharing, Ma. And please do keep sharing this to people, because there are more and more people who are in dire need of this, and they need to know the availability.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Nithyananda. And yes,
Nithyananda.
now we someone from Malaysia, someone from India, someone from Australia, someone from New Zealand, Canada, US, Guadeloupe, France, Russia, different parts of the globe, but every being attended to by Parashakti. Now we have the next sharing, join.
1 or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan. Here you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti, simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities, in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities, and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. See, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi, that it cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Once, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my guru, gave me an instruction and then he asked, will you do it? I was shocked. I immediately folded my hands and said, you are God, you are Shiva. How can I not do what you say? He laughed and said, no, only if you know I am the guru who is going to make you experience God, you need to listen to me. Understand? The most powerful cognition is God is guru to make you realize you are God. Only then you will achieve enlightenment. Guru is the manifest form of Paramashiva is all powerful possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism is greater science. We do everything centered on greater science of cosmos called Vedas and Agamas. That is the branding of Hinduism. That is the core center of Kailasa. That is the way Kailasa should manifest and live. I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes.
Nithyanandam, and welcome back, dear viewers. And now we have more devotees joining us to share their experience, their miraculous experiences with Devi Parashakti. Next, we have joining us Ma Priyanka Arora from India. Nithyananda Ma.
Nithyananda Ma. Nithyananda Ma.
Nithyananda Ma, thank you so much for joining to share your experience today. And please go ahead and share what is it that you would like to share with our viewers. And you can start with how long you've known Swamiji.
Sure, Ma. Ma, I got to know Swamiji almost 4 to 5 years back, and I was staying in Bangalore. And basically, I had no idea why I was staying in Bangalore because I didn't have any other acquaintance. I just got a job. I picked up my bags and I came to Bangalore. And one fine day, one of my friends took me to the ashram. And when I looked at the stage, I asked my friend, who is the Devi sitting on the stage? And he's like, no, that's Swamiji. And I was quite surprised because to me was a Devi Darshan itself. I could not have even imagined that, it is Swamiji. I said, how is it even possible? Like, how can in Bidadi Ashram give at 8 a.m. in the morning? And at that time, that was the first glimpse. And after that, I came back on Shivaratri and the meditation dhyana was going on. There were thousands of devotees in the Rajya Sabha, and there were some devotees who were sitting outside as well. And we were meditating. It was post 1 o'clock in the Priyanka, I'm your guru. I was totally shocked because I had never, imagined that somebody would come so close to me, which is, inside me and talk to me like this. And it was such a beautiful, intimate experience with Swamiji that Swamiji declared it to me. And I said, Swamiji, how is it possible? My family as a legacy has some other guru. He said, Priyanka, with time you will realize that I am your guru. And that is exactly what happened. Swamiji initiated me into third eye powers. And since past couple of years I had been connecting with Swamiji through my third eye, and he only does everything. It's just I'm a medium. So through my third eye I just heal the person, but actually the healing is happening from Swamiji. So yesterday night I was just watching Darshan, and I asked Devi, please, because my mom had corona and she is still in quarantine, and I have experienced those 15 days, how tough it was, right? Swamiji made it so simple. Swamiji healed my mom immediately. And there was no suffering involved in the entire process yesterday night. And that is exactly what Devi blessed me with. I just sent a message and I was, and the tastu came in from Devi's mouth, and I was like, oh my God, I was so blessed.
Wow, so beautiful, Priyanka. Just to be able to, first of all, you experienced Swamiji as Devi Parashakti in your first very darshan of Swamiji a few years back, and now Devi Parashakti, man.
It feels as if I'm completely fulfilled. Internally, I feel as if there is Devi which is protecting me, and through me is protecting the entire humanity. Basically, I'm just a medium of Devi, and it feels so blessed, so relaxed, and so satisfied. I also asked Devi as blessing of me being stable in this time of COVID, when in India there are so many casualties, right? In fact, even in my relatives, my friend circle, even in the Sangha, right? I asked that exact blessing, and it didn't even take a couple of seconds for me to get relaxed. I was totally fine after that. I feel so blessed.
The Sangha, every single person is protected by Devi, and Devi Parashakti herself said, I will not let Corona affect my devotees, and it will not affect. And it cannot affect any of my devotees. Devi, so much of no kind of fear, no anxiety, no stress, no tension. There's so much, of course, especially in India, there's so much going on out there. But fortunate are those who are able to connect to the living avatar, who are able to see Devi Parashakti and ask her questions and just be seated in her presence every day, so that we don't have to struggle with the pandemic that's going on outside. You are under the protective, womb of the cosmic mother. So beautifully shared. Priyanka, anything else that you would like to share?
Ma, there is one more thing which I would like to share. In fact, today I was watching a past darshan, as in there's a darshan which happened 4 days back, and it was shared by Varanasi page of the Sangha just a couple of days back. And I was just watching that, and I was exactly watching somebody sharing. It was 2 hours back, and I, basically was able to cognize myself, or I just imagined myself having this particular sharing with,
and then you were actually able to come on live on NTV to share your experience. So beautiful,
today,
just the space of enriching. So see, just the space of enriching, right? Let me share my experience with the world. Let me get this opportunity to share this experience with the world is the power of enriching. And when you align yourself to the power of enriching, the power of living, the space of enlightenment opens up inside of you. So beautiful, Ma Priyanka. Just the fact that you want to come and share so that the world can benefit from your experience. That really hats up to you for that. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for taking your time, coming live on NTV and sharing your experience.
Thank you so much, Ma. Nithyanandam.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Nithyanandam. Next, we have joining us Ma Jnana Vigraha. Jnana Vigraha is the next devotee who's here to share her miraculous experience with Devi Parashakti. Let's see what she has to share. Nithyananda Ma.
Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam. So, can you please go ahead and introduce yourself, where you're from, what do you do, and how long you have known the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism? Please go ahead.
My name is Jnana Vigrahananda. I got directly participated, in the Sangha, was from last year in March. I joined season 1 Paramashivoham. I've done ranges from like being a simultaneous translator for PSM2, as well as wealth manifestation SJP for Chinese speakers. And also I've been doing volunteers at the LA temple.
Beautiful, Ma. And what was your experience with Devi Parashakti? Can you share?
Yes, it's truly amazing and mind-blowing. Like last year in the fall, I was in the LA temple painting 2 deities. One deity was Lakshmi, the other one is Saraswati. Like I was in this unclutched space and painting those 2 deities, and just the eyes, I spent like 5 or 6 hours diligently pouring all my devotion and love, and while painting the, each deity there. And I had an overwhelming experience after painting them. And Mamutika, that the 2 deities were going to be shipped in Texas temple. So I felt like, I was no longer, seeing those 2 deities again, and I poured so much love into them. And then around January or February this year, suddenly like everybody from the temple saw the 2 deities again, and this time they're on either side of Swamiji during live satsang, and I was so surprised. I was so overwhelmed, and the emotions I encountered, I can't really, until this day, I can't really use my words to express the wow, it's definitely like you can't really use any language to describe the feeling I felt when, I saw, like, cause they carry my energy, and like now Swamiji truly is, carrying me like on his side. That's how I feel. And then Akashic reading, I got so much blessings from Devi, and especially like when Devi called my name, like she called my name twice in one of the blessings, and I was like in tears, like when I was connected. And then asked me to be SJP Karta, and the music just changed, like as if after calling my name twice, I was celebrating the birth of my new being,
Wow.
And Devi blessed me with huge money and wisdom when she was speaking to me, connecting with my soul, along with the deities I painted on either side of Devi. Like you can imagine, I don't know if you can imagine the experience. It's something that I've never experienced in my whole entire life. And I don't even know how I can put words to describe exactly the
I know how we feel when Devi Parashakti herself calls your name. It's literally like the whole time stops, the whole world stops. It just feels like, you are in an eternal moment. And that's the experience everybody has shared, just the feeling of being called by Devi Parashakti. So beautifully shared, Ma. Anything else that you would like to share?
It really pushed me to the process of seeking. And, it's just like I experienced, I should have, sought for seeking. And I got like scannings from like different Sangha members. And I put the, the findings of the scannings into the blessing, and I further got blessed by Devi. And I feel like I'm so showered with wealth and abundance. Like